Cheng Yi was hailed as the Lord of Show by Thai media, and Agarwal was additionally lauded as the best Chinese show. Lately, there is a youthful entertainer who has stood out for everybody, and this entertainer is Cheng Yi. Already, his work Agarwal-like pieces was communicated on the web and was broadly lauded by netizens, even the authority media attested it. Furthermore, this show isn't just famous in China, yet much more so abroad. Already, this show has been communicated in South Korea, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam and different nations. It additionally carried brilliant exhibitions to abroad crowds and added to social commodity. An authority report by Thai media True ID remarked on the show. Taiwanese media lauded Agarwal as Morsels as the best Chinese show series at any point broadcast on the stage, and furthermore applauded Cheng Yi's great acting abilities and regular expressiveness. God. This applause is without a doubt extremely high, and they are completely called divine beings. It appears to be that the Thai media is exceptionally hopeful about Cheng Yi, and completely asserted his acting abilities. However, Cheng Yi was commended not on more than one occasion. Already, China Net Amusement additionally remarked that Cheng Yi assumed the parts of Triangle Eternal Su, Sweet Su, and Insane Su and Agarwal-like chips, and his exhibition was well established in the hearts of individuals. The hot-blooded youthful adjudicator Zhou Yan played in The Primary Concern is loaded with firecrackers, as though he is close by, and furthermore said that you can constantly believe Cheng Yi's acting abilities. Besides, when the television series Main Concern featuring Cheng Yi began broadcasting, an article on the authority Weibo of the preeminent public's court likewise remarked on Cheng Yi's presentation, which referenced that he was stressed over his old mannequin execution among a gathering of entertainers would be awkward. Out of the blue, Cheng Yi, who entered the Truth Show, wouldn't help individuals to remember Sifan briefly. Furthermore, it is said that its exhibition in the fundamental show is more cunning than that in the antiquated mannequin, and the first solid lines are likewise startlingly great. Cheng Yi was commended, and the most joyful ones were normally his fans. A fan said that when he saw this remark, he thought about a maxim that gold generally sparkles, and Cheng Yi is this way. He is truly feeling better and glad for him. I trust Cheng Yi will keep on really buckling down, and the future can be anticipated. A few fans likewise said that paying little heed to district or identity, the crowd's eyes are knowing, and his acting abilities are certain. It can likewise be seen from the over that Cheng Yi's acting abilities are for sure awesome and host been commended by all gatherings. Furthermore, this time, he was named the divine force of show by the Thai media. Cheng Yi is definitely standing out bit by bit, and is likewise being avowed by an ever-increasing number of individuals. He merits these, and his endeavors have accomplished himself. Since Liu Li, Cheng Yi has gotten the consideration of numerous netizens, yet he didn't loosen up himself along these lines, work more diligently, and demanded acting naturally. From Ying Yuan and Agarwal-like chips to Zhou Yan in The Primary Concern, to Fu Yansheng in The South Wind Knows My Psyche, he has made an endless series of pictures and brought you more brilliant works. This ought not be his end, his theatrics venture has quite recently started, let us anticipate his future accomplishments. 02. Two new dramatizations have been given licenses, Ren Jialun is profoundly expected, and Yuan Bingyan is loaded with contention. On November 16th, two new dramatizations got appropriation licenses progressively, one is Dusk Contract and the other is Meeting You Again in the Time of Falling Blossoms Up. Nightfall Contract is a cutting-edge show featuring Ren Jialun and Yang Yang. It recounts the romantic tale between the screenwriter and the female analyst. It is accounted for that Ren Jialun himself is under a ton of strain on this show. He once said that this show is his one of the most meticulous endeavors since he began his vocation. In the play, Ren Jialun will assume various parts and stage a play inside a play, so everybody can see numerous parts of Ren Jialun on the double through this play. For show fans who like Ren Jialun, it will likewise be it is a fresh out of the plastic new visual gala. As the champion, Child is supposed to be a gathering gift from UK diversion. From the start, many individuals didn't believe Child should collaborate with Ren Jialun, feeling that her acting abilities would obstruct the champion, yet regardless of how enormous the fans' viewpoints are, they can't transform it the way that it has been concluded. Many individuals are likewise anticipating this show altogether not to miss Ren Jialun some time prior. The show at long last introduced the authority declaration. Both the chief and the authority stage included Ren Jialun's name, so the fan position was self-evident. This additionally caused outrageous disappointment among Child fans, who by and large denounced the Child studio. Taken steps to solidly contradict the Child subsequent fan, and, surprisingly, the conventional fan won't acknowledge it, it should be the first. Allow me to let you know that enthusiasts of Yang Yang care such a huge amount about her situation, and she isn't anxious about jokes from passers-by. As far as acting abilities, she is for sure subpar compared to Ren Jialun. Frankly, it will harm the standing of the child. A legitimate champion, what else do you care about? Why not be unassuming? After the work is communicated, the exhibition is fortunate or unfortunate, and afterward you will gloat about your venerated image's rainbow fart. Since the show has gotten a conveyance permit, regardless of whether the child's acting abilities will be switched, I will sit tight for the uplifting news. I trust that the devotees of the two players can be caring and don't miss a decent work. Furthermore, Falling Blossoms Meet You Once More is a fantasy show in old outfit, featuring Yuan Bingyan and Liu Zuai, who had teamed up in Liu Li previously. The show was done in September last year. It ought to have been broadcasted quite some time ago, as a matter of fact. It is accounted for that the show cost almost 200 million yuan. It was initially a S+ level old mannequin and pixie legend creation on Mango Television. The timetable put away was awesome, yet I didn't expect it this year. Yuan Bingyan was uncovered for tax avoidance of almost 1 million yuan. When the occurrence was uncovered, Yuan Bingyan's profession was totally suspended, and she was named and scrutinized by the public authority, turning into an objective of public analysis. Afterward, Yuan Bingyan's studio answered that the explanation was that the organization's installment business was not acted in time, which committed a major error, and that implies that Yuan Bingyan had hardly any familiarity with it, and she didn't deal with the funds. It's simply that netizens didn't get it, and got this risky organization. As a matter of fact, Yuan Bingyan is 100% controlling, so it is outside the realm of possibilities for Yuan Bingyan to not know anything about the organization's funds. Netizens immovably go against Yuan Bingyan's way of behaving of unloading the fault. Albeit how much cash required by Yuan Bingyan is simple contrasted with the past ones, on the off chance that she hadn't found out, she would have aggregated increasingly more cash from now on, so the plot is similarly terrible. After the episode occurred, Yuan Bingyan was practically in a condition of disengagement, and no report about her could be found anyplace, yet this time Falling Blossoms Meet You Once More got a distributing permit, which put Yuan Bingyan at the very front of the tempest once more, brimming with discussion. Netizens' assessment of her is likewise energized. Fans normally support Yuan Bingyan's rebound, yet passers-by feel that in the event that she can get back in the saddle, then, at that point, the past few can likewise get back into the game. Having said that, since a film and TV show can get a conveyance endorsement, it should likewise be supported by the state organization of radio, film and TV. If not, how could this declaration be gotten? Really buckle down, the nation has no issues with this show. Clearly, Yuan Bingyan's issue will likewise be allowed an opportunity. The work isn't by Yuan Bingyan alone, and it is uncalled for to other people. How about Yuan Bingyan truly return to the screen this time? 03. Once more, the time of Falling Blossoms is coming back. 4 Ages of Affection is sweet and miserable, a news shows that it will be communicated soon. Falling Bloom Season Meet You Again is a television series co-featured by Yuan Bingyan and Liu Zuai. It will be sent off in 21 years, and the crowd is anticipating it. Since Yuan Bingyan and Liu Zuai are the two individuals from Huanru Century, and they have participated previously. For this collaboration among them, the crowd is as yet anticipating it. There are additionally many individuals at the initial scene. Around then, everybody said Liu Zuai was at last ready to be the courageous woman, and I was extremely glad for him. However, promptly everybody had that Liu Zuai was a sympathy, since this show is probably going to be boycotted as a result of the impact of the champion, which will likewise influence Liu Zuai. The organization where the champion Yuan Bingyan goes about as a legitimate individual has a few issues, so she personally has likewise been impacted. Despite the fact that she isn't an administrator, she is a well-known individual all things considered. According to an ethical perspective, tax avoidance itself will be denounced by everybody. According to a lawful perspective, it is likewise unlawful. In everybody's psyche mind, since it is a lawful individual of the organization, it should be capable. It is sure that Yuan Bingyan's profession will be impacted, however it isn't sure if the television series will be communicated. The two-outfit dramatization she is presently featuring in have elements, and coherently talking, they ought to have the option to be communicated. It resembles Meeting You Again in the time of Falling Blossoms. This show has now gotten a dispersion permit. According to a specific perspective, does this imply that it is still exceptionally encouraging to communicate? By and large, on the off chance that a television series has gotten a conveyance permit, it isn't a long way from broadcasting. The Falling Bloom season Meet You Again is adjusted from Shu Kei's novel of a similar name. It recounts the tale of the god Jinxiu who needs to cross a camellia and the little evil spirit Huangning turns into a pixie, however is at last different by the little devil, and Jin Xiu is at long last changed into a human by Huangning. The courageous woman Huangning was initially a little camellia, charming and clear, unintentionally entered the paradise, and afterward encountered a few lifetimes of affection and disaster. The male hero is the divine force of the sky, the head of the Bloom world, and Huangning's most noteworthy chief. He was prepared as the replacement of the sky since he was a youngster. He is capable and mission situated. He is a very polite old framework. He looks cold and egotistical, however he is extremely energetic in his heart. He has no persistence with others, yet he is drawn to the camellia little evil presence. Falling Blooms and Meeting the Ruler is a fantasy show. It is a walk in the park for Liu Zuai to play the pixie of paradise, since he has played a great deal of divine beings, so he can deal with it effortlessly, and his disposition is likewise something similar, and Yuan Bingyan is likewise exceptionally charming. Many fans like her without a doubt. It is said that Huangning Jinxiu has encountered calamity for 4 ages in the play, and her close-to-home experience is both sweet and horrible. Certain individuals say that it resembles 3 carries on with 3 lives and 10 peach blooms, while others say that like sweet honey sinks like ice. The alleged Xiangsha show is really indistinguishable from those schedules. This might be the joined variant of Sansheng Ii and Xiangmi. I'm very anticipating Ao Rupeng's Kunlun Shangshan in the play. He is a tyrannical and pompous person, yet he can't keep away from an expression of affection. Perhaps the Xiangsha show is principally about adoration. In the event that you don't make it extremely awful, it doesn't adjust to the everyday practice. Yuan Bingyan's few outfits in the play are still exceptionally lovely. The pink one is extremely charming, the red share is astounding, Liu Zuai is brimming with personality and is entirely reasonable to play a pixie. I figured it would be miserable to communicate it during the time of Falling Blossoms, and it was a pity for Liu Zuai. Yet now that the delivery permit has been gotten, it implies that the transmission is coming soon, and there are still a considerable amount of watchers who are anticipating this show. Will everybody watch it? 04. Guangsuo Changxiang played the lowlife, leaving a clench-hand measured blood plot. How hard Zhao Liang functioned around then. This is certainly Zhao Liang's most confused recording experience. In 2012, soon after the shooting of the film Guangsuo Changxiang began, Zhao Liang and Zuzuk Xiao had to organize a couple of energetic scenes. In any case, while recording such a scene, the chief will clear the scene ahead of time to deal with the feelings of the entertainers. Be that as it may, during the recording of Zhao Liang, besides the fact that there are individuals around her, however even a couple of enormous men came in front of an audience to direct Zhao Liang to present activity. Eventually, under such a plan, Zhao Liang and Zuzuk Xiao could utilize giggling to lighten the abnormal climate on the scene. Zuzuk Xiao, who had recently joined the gathering around then, initially needed to remind the chief to clear the scene. However, when she saw Zhao Liang, an entertainer, when he said nothing, he didn't decide to remind, yet what he didn't know was that Zhao Liang had no bearing in the team around then. Since after the shooting was finished, Zhao Liang moved toward the chief and asked him for what good reason he didn't clear the scene, yet the chief said something doubtlessly that I neglected, in light of the fact that Zhao Liang had quite recently acquired a little notoriety around then, so the chief in the scene, worked the staff wouldn't actually look at her without flinching. Nonetheless, when the additional items of the film were delivered a short time later, numerous watchers accepted that this was certainly the film that Zhao Liang lamented the most, endured practically lethal wounds. Around then, there was a scene of riding a pony. Zhao Liang expected to hang a wire and tumbled off the pony. Be that as it may, during the recording system, the pony was startlingly scared. Eventually, Zhao Liang tumbled off the pony straightforwardly, and afterward lay on the ground unfit to move. Yet, when the staff helped her up, altogether not to influence the advancement, she just refreshed for some time and afterward dedicated herself to the shooting once more. Zhao Liang didn't decide to go to the clinic for treatment until her player in the scene was done. But since she didn't look for clinical treatment in time, she actually has a clench hand estimated clots on her back, yet as a matter of fact, Zhao Liang was by all accounts not the only one who was harmed during the recording of Guangsuo Changxiang. Chen Xiao and Zhou Duogai were the justification for the CP in the play, so they have a ton of private scenes, yet there is a scene where the chief requested that Chen Xiao embrace Zhou Duogai straightforwardly from behind Zhou Duogai while riding a pony. However, never in the wake of contacting the pony, Zhou Duogai opposed a lot of subsequent to finding out about it. Be that as it may, weakly, I was unable to beat the chief, so I had no real option except to decide to shoot, yet when Chen Yi rode a pony and ran towards Zhou Duangyu, the pony was likewise scared. Promptly tumbled off. Chen Yi's body was covered with wounds for some time, and Zhou Duangyu couldn't recuperate for quite a while due to the tumble from the pony. However, when both of them at long last quieted down, the chief actually demanded reshooting this scene. Eventually, Zhou Duangyu needed to tie up Waya, however when Chen Yi dashed towards her riding a horse once more, her natural response was overpowered. The chief involved it in the Element film. I trust that while watching this film, everybody grumbled about Zhou Duangyu's acting abilities. Presently in the wake of learning reality behind this, I understood that I had misconstrued her, yet contrasted with Zhao Liang, who was as yet a novice around then, Zhou Duangyu's acting abilities were for sure squashed. Albeit in the year when Gongsuo Changxiang was delivered, Zhao Liang had proactively acquired notoriety with the legend of Lu Xun, however when she was shooting Gongsuo Changxiang, she was as yet a novice obscure to the crowd. As a matter of fact, when Zhao Liang was searching for her to help out her for the subsequent time, Zhao Liang declined toward the start. The negative job would carry negative energy to the crowd, and she was anxious about the possibility that she would miss many contents of positive characters on account of this job. Eventually, it was Yu Zhang's words that caused her to choose to assume the part. That's what Yu Zhang said on the off chance that Zhao Liang assumed the part of the bad guy, she would be better ready to assume the part of a decent individual in her acting profession. Furthermore, after Zhao Liang assumed the part of Liu Li, her life resembled a hang-up. Shanshan came, Huakaiangu and other famous shows kept on yielding, not just becoming one of the 85 blossoms in homegrown diversion, yet additionally the strength and traffic existing together first-class homegrown amusement.